The war against payment processors is ramping up. In particular, Reichsfia Asmongold has spoken about the card networks. Many people have spoken about the card networks. There's all sorts of videos. I can't even keep up with them, detailing in depth what I've been saying for the entire runtime of this podcast and then some. Basically, I've been saying for years what the card networks are, and finally people are starting to notice. This guy, Notorious, he tried to put this in locale general, but it has no place being there. I need to move it to someplace else. But he basically made a big long list of all the takedowns that they've done, all the sites they've gone after, all the in recent memory, and all the debanking that people have had to deal with for a very long time. He did a pretty good job of this, but like obviously nobody's going to read this. Ko-Fi, Patreon, Power Chats, Itch.io, Steam, like you name it. Nobody has a good experience with the payment processors. Absolutely fucking nobody. They are accountable to no one. They have no transparency, no appeals process. You have no idea who does what, when, where, or why. That's the main thing. Like right now, right? The activists from Australia, they got all those porn games taken down on Steam by calling payment processors. But who? Who did it? Who actually made the decision, and why? Where was it at? Because right now, we have had MasterCard and Visa come out and say that they were not responsible and they have not taken down the games. So who was it? We don't know. Nobody on the planet Earth, besides the bankers themselves, know who was responsible for issuing the command to Steam to take down the pornographic games. Nobody fucking knows. And isn't that the most bizarre thing? That you have censorship actions coming from inside a machine that's so sophisticated. It's like the torture cube from that movie with the guys that have like their flesh torn open and shit. It's like that. You're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on inside this cube, this little puzzle, and then it like sticks out a knife and stabs you in the fucking hand. That's basically it. Hellraiser. That's it. So we have these cubes, and we're trying to open them, and it's just the most torturous thing that's ever been seen before. I wrote an article, by the way. You can find this at usips.org. It's in the blog section, and it's called "Fair Access to Banking," and it is a very concise explanation, as far as concise as this issue gets, about why the card networks are a problem, why there's 17 different moving parts to a card network, what they do and what they get away with routinely, what the Fair Access to Banking Act does, what it does not do, i.e. does not sufficiently penalize the card networks, and then what it could do to actually sufficiently penalize the card networks, and how to contact your representatives. So again, at usips.org, go to blog. It's the only blog entry, so very easy to find. Fair Access to Banking. I also put it on Substack in case you need it. I tried selling this around. I don't think I did a good enough job selling the issue, so I was wondering if I should do like an ad campaign on Twitter like I did for the gaming stuff, but I'm not super convinced that this is the right article to put money behind. So I don't know if I have to like reach out for like an editor or something, like a copywriter, to help me articulate myself, but I did try my best in case you find this educational. Itch.io posted an update, by the way, saying that they will allow pornographic games that are free, but you can't pay for them. So anything that is a mature game cannot be bought. It can only be downloaded. They use Stripe, by the way, and they have used Stripe for over 10 years. But as Stripe says, Stripe is currently unable to support sexually explicit content due to restrictions placed on them by their banking partners, despite card networks generally supporting adult content with the appropriate registrations. Stripe has indicated that they hope they will be able to support adult content in the future. So Stripe randomly decided to enforce this, and perhaps it is Stripe that Steam's using, but I don't know if that's obvious. And they're saying that it's been placed on them by banking partners. That, to me, that's the only hint of what's going on. In case it's so complicated, I can't even. I need like a Jason Hall black MS Paint doodle, but even then it would be too complicated. Like, you get issued a card by your bank. When you swipe it, it is processed by a gateway. Then the gateway sends that data to an actual processor, which then ships it off sometimes to a payment facilitator. And these can all be different companies. I think Stripe is a gateway processor and facilitator. But Stripe isn't a bank. So in order to settle the transaction, they have partner banks called acquiring banks, which actually settle the transaction. They pull the money from your issuing bank account. Then they can send it to where it needs to go after a period of a week or so. And the acquiring banks have their own rules in addition to the rules that are mutually and individually cooperating from the card networks. So Stripe has the rules of Stripe, it has the rules of its acquiring bank, and it has the rules of all 4 card networks all at once. And when they get penalized, they can't, like, Stripe is the bitch of other bigger assholes. So Stripe processes $1.2 trillion a year, and even they are cucked and held by the cock and balls by the payment networks and the acquiring banks. So the acquiring bank is probably something like JP Morgan Chase, which also owns part of the Federal Reserve, to give you an idea of how powerful JP Morgan Chase is. And JP Morgan Chase, for whatever reason, has policies against adult content. But they can't say, complain to JP Morgan Chase, because if JP Morgan Chase woke up to 100 different emails from pissed off gamers, they'd be really fucking pissed at Stripe for sending that bullshit their way. So this is the torture cube. This is how it works. This is the knife in your fucking fingers as you try to figure out what the fuck is going on. They're all covering for each other's asses by design, deliberately, opaquely, by design, to fuck you, by design. It's usips.org. And then go to blog. So the gamer reaction to this, very intelligently, by the way, is just to call Visa card. So there's like 100 gamers just spam calling the 1-800 number for Visa and asking them about Steam. And now the Pajeets on the line are just hanging up on everybody calling and asking about Steam. But they are they're happy that the Visa people are annoyed. You know what? Fuck them. I hope they make sure to call the rest of them too. You gotta ask them. You got some pointy questions for Amex and Discover, I think. You know, it's probably a good idea. Visa, if you annoy Visa and MasterCard enough, eventually they're going to want to know who the fuck is causing this issue. Why is there now a bill in the Senate to regulate us? Who the fuck is doing this? Honestly, I hope they don't fix it. I hope they keep fucking up. I hope they ban everything, because then people might give a shit. And then I might be able to actually process a payment once in my fucking life. That's what I'm hoping for. So this is the G4 Forever posted this lovely, lovely message. As I said, there's the war going on. Fuck Vice. Fuck Collective Shout. Fuck Visa. Fuck MasterCard. These freaks have had too much power over the gaming industry, and the precedent that a payment processor can censor anything they deem offensive is fucked. Below you'll find a copy-paste version of the Vice articles written by Anna Valens and wrongly removed by Vice. For anyone on the wrong side of history ever, I hope you realize this means war. You don't fuck with gamers. Ever. And then there's a list of contact points for Visa and MasterCard, but not Discover and Amex. And by the way, Discover is one of the worst ones, so you should probably call them as well. And they also are the smallest, so they have the fewest number of customer service reps that can deal with calls. Just as a thought. To Collective Shout, censorship is never the answer. You started this war, and we intend to win it. To reiterate it, don't fuck with gamers, or we'll call your customer support lines, and then you will be doomed. So as mentioned, we have a high-ranking SS officer, Anna Valens, on Team Anti-Censorship. Also joining us is the Commander James Stefani Sterling, the Stardust, saying, it is with... Wait, hold up. It is with truly sick irony that credit card companies get to act as the arbiters of what is and isn't decent. Nothing they censor could hope to be anywhere near as perverse as that, says the Stardust. I agree. I'm happy to have you on the team, Commander. What about Anita Sarkeesian? Since this is Gamergate 2, surely Anita Sarkeesian also has a hot take about how, fuck gamers. Let's see what she has to say. Someone give this brilliant book, and the book is How Sex Changed the Internet and the Internet Changed Sex, To the puritanical, angry moms who bullied payment processors into all-out banning porn games. The reason we even have online payment processors is because of sex work. It was invented to pay for porn. I really hope that someone starts a counter-campaign to fight this regressive, puritanical nonsense. There are way, way, way more people who want to buy and support sex work and sexual materials, or at the very least don't think it should be banned. So we got the unholy alliance of Don't Fuck With Gamers, the Kiwi Farms, Anna Valens the Tranny, Commander Sterling, and Anita Sarkeesian versus some of the most powerful business monopolies that the world has ever seen. Visa loan process, by the way. It's in my article. I want to get the number right. $16 trillion in 2024. So you're talking about a company evaluated at $90 billion that processed $16 trillion in 2024 alone. And that's just Visa card, which enjoys about 25% market share. So you can say that MasterCard processes another 16 trillion and Amex and Discover each process. That's a lot of math. 1/5 of that. So probably about another 4 trillion each. Just trillions and trillions of dollars. Can the Unholy Alliance do it? Who knows? In case you're really confused about Anita Sarkeesian being on the side of gamers, I should warn you. You can't handle the truth, chat. You can't handle the truth. If you can't handle the truth, you have to look away right now because you can't handle the truth. This is your last warning. Anita Sarkeesian and progressives support porn. It is your base trad wife that does not support porn. Your base trad wife has children. Half of those children are going to be girls. So when they look at games like Daddy BDSM Rape number 7, they think of their kids. Their conservative women are the puritanical ones against porn, not the evil progressive SJW feminist, chat. They're the ones that promote porn, chat. It is your trad wife who doesn't like porn. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I know it's not even Halloween, and I'm scaring you. I'm scaring my lovely chat who did nothing wrong and deserves the whole world, chat. All right.
Thank you for watching this clip by Colonel J. This is the King of Bold here. Remember to like and subscribe. Juice!